Yeah, I mean, I think before this Test match, maybe in the summer so far, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about a lot of new guys coming in and the senior players taking responsibility. Maybe the players have put too much pressure on themselves. After what's been a pretty tough, well, since the Durham Test match, a pretty tough run in the Test match stuff. We've had to play quite a bit of defensive cricket because we've been under the pump a lot. So maybe we got a bit uptight. And actually, before this Test match, it was Morsey came to a few of them and just said, just go and express yourself. Don't worry about having to take responsibility, having to do this sort of stuff. Just go and play like it's your first Test match. So I think that's shone through a little bit. Obviously, Cookie and Belly played fantastically with the bat, and Jimmy and I have contributed today with the ball. We're in a great position in this Test match. I think hopefully the wicket late day 4, day 5 will deteriorate a little bit, and then I think it will be about your perfect Test match wicket, and a couple of early ones tomorrow. We're in a good position. I think so, yeah. I mean, we created enough pressure throughout the day. I think day 3, I think it's still a really good batting wicket. Actually, you didn't feel you could go particularly full with the ball because it looked quite true to drive. I think Kohli showed when he had quite an aggressive intent early in his innings. He struck the ball lovely. So you had to bowl sort of a back of a length and then risk sort of one and over, maybe fuller. But I think we did what we said this morning. We wanted to create pressure by bowling as many balls over the top of off, onto top of off as we could, with an aggressive bouncer, and I think we got our rewards at the end of the day. To go into the company of Wasim and Waqar and Courtney and Kirtley is a huge honour. I mean, 4 heroes of mine growing up, and I think it shows the value of partnerships as bowlers. I think you often see 2 batsmen batting together, so you just assume that that's the only format that you have to work as a partnership. But Jimmy and I constantly talking, not just out in the field but in nets and stuff, working together, and even now we've played a lot of Test match cricket. I'll still ask Jimmy at the end, last ball of an over, what should I bowl? He'll ask me, and we work together really tightly. So to have got 500 wickets together is massive, really. It's a really great feeling. I only heard it 10 minutes ago. And hopefully we can take a few more. That was relatively early in the day, just because the ball, it swung throughout the whole game, but not huge really. And I think because the wicket's quite true, you don't want to search too full for the swing, because good batsmen will play the ball late and hit you for 4. So I was mentioning that to just try and really go over the top of off stump, don't search for swing, and that will help him hit the pitch a bit harder. And I think he showed actually that he's a Test match quality bowler, because he was able to adjust his length during the heat of the battle pretty well. But yeah, I mean, he didn't pick up any wickets today, but I think as a bowling unit we created pressure throughout the day, and I think you saw that with Mo picking up the 2 wickets he did. The Indian batsmen maybe felt they wanted to target Mo a little bit, because the seamers had kept such a tight line. So I think we're in a great position. We need 2 wickets pretty early. I mean, we know how dangerous Dhoni can be with the tail, and hopefully we'll get batting again and give the bowlers some rest before the last innings. Still 2 Test matches to go. I'm not sure I can discuss that. Let's just say he's pretty strong off his legs, so you don't want to bowl too tight to the stump. You see in one-day cricket how successful he is when bowlers try and bowl a tight line. So We've worked when the ball's not been swinging, or on the slightly flatter wickets, we've worked at just trying to dot him up, try and not let him score. And he left really well today, apart from the one he poked at, so he'll be a bit frustrated at himself, but we need to keep our disciplines to him because we know how dangerous he can be. Yeah, I mean, he's developing every game actually as a spin bowler. I think he's learning periods in the game where he's just got to go at 2.5, 3 and over, and then he's learning periods of the game where he can really attack. And he picked up 2 freebies really, but I think that was out of the pressure he'd developed. He was quite unfortunate not to get Riani caught down the leg side, so he deserved his 2 wickets, and it makes such a difference. I mean, we've been so fortunate having Swanee over the past 60 Test matches, and when you're playing with him, you don't probably sit down and actually realise how important a role he played, picking up wickets and not going for runs. But to have a spinner who can pick you up 2 wickets in innings like Mo did today is crucial. And actually, hopefully that wicket will deteriorate, and he could be a bit of a handful on the last day, I think. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I was probably putting too much pressure on myself to take responsibility, and actually I just wanted to get back at hitting the top of off stump and enjoying my cricket. I think today you saw everyone was having a laugh and smiles on the faces, and I think that showed in our cricket. We kept the energy up throughout the whole day. We were brilliant, and as I say, we went to Australia. We had a really tough time of it there, and maybe my own mindset had become quite defensive in that, because in Australia we were having to bowl defensively quite a lot of the time because we were behind the game, and I maybe brought that into the start of this summer, so hence I bowled with a short leg quite a lot today, because I wanted to have an attacking mindset, because I'm always at my best when I'm just attacking and playing with flair. So it was a bit of leaving the past behind a little bit today and just going and expressing yourself. And so I'm an attacking cricketer, and I maybe fell into a defensive mindset thinking a square leg will save runs. Well, actually, let's get some wickets. So that was the chat I had with Morsey, and it freed me up a little bit. We had quite an emotional trip over there in 2009. I lay a memorial on the grave, actually. So yeah, I mean, I think it was really great for us to obviously remember the Great War 100 years ago, and special for the players to have the honour of wearing the Help for Heroes badge on the collars, because we know how much of a valuable charity that is, and we've visited the rehab centre down near Epsom, and yeah, I know a lot of the players obviously support that charity a lot, so it was great to be involved with that today. I mean, I've not discussed it with Cookie, but if you're asking me, it's 100% off limits. I think follow-on's always hard, unless you've got a world-class spinner who can bowl from one end, because if you look at it from a seamer's point of view, you're going back at bowling at opening batsman in your 27th, 28th over. So even if it's just a 30-40 over rest, I think it's pretty important. And as I say, hopefully the wicket will deteriorate enough that fifth day will be pretty hard to bat on. I think it takes exceptional circumstances now to enforce the follow-on, whether the wicket just gets flatter, etc. But I'll certainly be putting my hand up for the bat again.